This 2017 MacBook Pro has a Core i7 and a dedicated GPU. It also has a market value of £300. Whilst this PC cost me £20, it's 15 times cheaper than the MacBook, has a dedicated graphics card, but the question is, can it beat it? Inside this thing, there is a GTX 660. To be honest, I don't know what CPU this has or why the cooler's facing the wrong way. Let's worry about that later. It also has a 1TB hard drive, which I literally just discovered now, and I haven't tested it, so it might not even work, and the video might already be over. It did have this thing, which is an adapter. I'm guessing that's DVI to VGA. I also think there's a bit of mold growing on it. Why is this not coming off? Okay, well, the actual screws have come out of the graphics card. These are meant to be in the graphics card. Let's get these back in. Let's also tighten these because these might be loose. Surprisingly, included in the price as well was this internet card. This thing did snap off there, so I had to glue it back on. But now we can actually see if it'll turn on. So we got the power lead here. We're going to shove it into this surprisingly big power supply that this thing came with. And without plugging any of the display in, we're just going to turn it on. Okay, so far it doesn't smell weird or has blown up. Alright, let's see if it turns on. Is it plugged in? False alarm, the computer was not plugged in, but we turn it on and there's a green light on the GPU, which is a good sign, I think. Alright, let's see if it turns on. Oh. What? Oh, yes! It is running, but I haven't connected the display to it yet. Let's shove a display into it. Yes! It posts. I'm just hoping the hard drive works and has Windows 10 on it. Core i5 4th gen. You know what? That's quite good for 20 quid. We've got 8GB of DDR3 RAM. Let's hope there's an operating system. Your Windows 10. 20 quid, I've got an absolute deal. Even 30 quid, it's not a bad price. Wait, what's this? This looks like it comes off. Oh my god, there's a CD drive. Is there anything in it? Okay, so it does work, so we don't have to hit it with a hammer. That is dusty though. That is bad. It is on a hard drive, so you do have to be a bit patient with it. Could shove an SSD in there, but you know, that'll probably cost about the price of the computer. Okay, that is someone's name. And he's not. Why does nobody reformat their computer? Wait, he's got Adobe After Effects. Has he got Photoshop? Okay, he's not got Photoshop. Oh, I think he's got a Windows key on this as well. Oh, yes, please say it's activated. That'll save me like 20 quid pirated. You know what? If they would have shoved an SSD in this still would have been fine. Oh, that's probably why there's no graphics card drivers. Why did they not install the drivers for the graphics card? Right, we're just going to factory reset this. Okay, so now that's doing that, we're going to try and take this front panel off so we can clean it, because, well, it is a bit creamy. Should we just pull it and then see what happens? Or should we try and look for some... To be honest, it looks like it just pulls out. I know you're not meant to use a screwdriver like this, but... Do we hit it from the inside? I've got this metal dice. Oh, how are we going to get this out? You know what, let's just clean it whilst it's on. We're going to put the side panel on so we don't get any water inside. So with a bit of cleaning and reinstalling Windows 10, it was time to compare it to the MacBook. This one's the PC, that's obviously the MacBook. And what we're going to do is we're going to run a Geekbench benchmark, and hopefully this one gets the highest score. The results have just finished, and let's see what the computer got. Alright, so this is the score of the big PC. I mean, to be fair, that's still usable. Now that's quite a decent score. And now, let's see if it's beat the MacBook. Oh, to be fair, it's not far off, but... So now we know that this score's lower than this one, let's try and get this score up. And to do that, we're going to be replacing the thermal paste and flipping the cooler the right way around to hopefully, well, give it a higher Geekbench score. So to replace the thermal paste, we first need to take off his heatsink. I'm assuming we push these plastic tabs in. Alright, so we got the pliers, let's push in. Oh, hang on, I think we're missing a step. I should probably unplug the power supply, that might be a good idea. Take the fan off. How's this fan come off? Alright, let's pull this fan off. It looks like it just quite literally pulls off. So we're going to move that to one side. We're going to unscrew these two screws and see what that does. Okay, oh, alright, well, that's out. Oh, this one's a lot easier to get to. Alright. Now this heatsink should just come off once this screws out. There we go. Oh, yeah, that thermal paste is quite crusty. Whilst we're here, we're going to flip. Oh, okay. They do just pull out as I was trying to do earlier. I'm going to use some pliers for this. Whoa, I've just smacked the graphics card. I think I was meant to push in. Oh well. And now we can squeeze in the things at the back. Yeah, there we go. Right, we need it this way. Yes, there we go. Right, luckily these are adjustable so we can move where these go. That's about square there, isn't it? These pins are to hold it in place so the clips don't fall out. Oh, we probably should have cleaned the thermal paste off. We'll just wipe it off. That is really crusty. That's extremely crusty. Yeah, that does need replacing. I mean, if we look on here, there's literally no dust, so it mustn't have been used that much, unless it was just well taken care of. There we go, look at that. So now we can place it this way. We want the fan here because it pulls air from there and then shoves it out of here. I don't know why they had it so it's shoved into the power supply, but okay, that might be a bit much, but you know, better too much than too little. Just shove this bit on the cooler. And now, oh, almost placed it the wrong way around. Okay, so give that a bit of a, and hopefully that's all compressed well. Now let's put this screw in. All right, you know what, that screw will do like that. And then let's just tighten this one. Now we shove this fan on. We don't really clean the dust off, do we? So now we shove the CPU fan connector back in. Alright, so now we've done that, let's have a look at the RAM we've got. What's the speed? 1600 megahertz on this one. Let's see if this one's the same. But now we should be ready to turn this back on. This time the CPU fan is aiming the correct way. Let's shove the monitor at the back in. And then ready for the power. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Where's the power button? It's there. And there we go, we're spinning to life. I mean, is it me or is the CPU cooler a bit bent that way? Nope, alright, we'll just leave it like that then. Our RAM is running at the full speed of 1600 megahertz. We are now going to get Geekbench back up and hopefully it scores better. There we go, we've loaded, come on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run this CPU benchmark and hopefully it scores better, so time lapse. This is what the MacBook got. We got 1243 single core and 3914 multi-core. Let's see if we could at least beat the single core. Oh, to be fair, we beat the single core, but we're not quite there with the multi-core. We beat it by like 21 points, I think. I mean, for 20 quid, it's still, well, the single core's faster than the MacBook, but multi-core score, not really. Should we run a GPU benchmark? Yeah, go on then. Alright people, so this is the GPU score. No idea if it's good or not. So now let's whip out the MacBook, run the GPU benchmark on this thing, and well, see if it beats it or not. Okay people, the scores are in. The MacBook scored 13,000 and this thing scored, oh, that's not quite 13,000, but alright then. So now that we know that this GPU has a lower score than the MacBook, we're going to replace the thermal paste on it and see if it increases it. First I have to take these two screws out and then it should literally pop out. Just be able to pull out. Push this clip back. Is it going to go back? The clip has been pushed back and now we just pull. We should have probably disconnected the power supply first. That would have been a good idea. Let's just... Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, now we can pull. Oh god, why is this such a tight fit? How did they get this in here? There we go. Oh, there is a bit of rust on there. Why is there rust on it? You know what? It is quite clean. Now, it's either been really taken care of or it's been cleaned literally. Why is this so clean? Alright, anyways, we're going to take this GPU cooler off. So it literally looks like it's just them 4 screws and it pops off because... well, I can't see anything else holding it on. Let's get the magnetic mat and, well, let's take off these 4 screws and see what happens. Oh, there's a screw there as well. And now this thing should... yeah. Oh, that is extremely crusty and definitely needs replacing. There's thermal pads. Yeah, underneath here there's no dust. And this doesn't look like it's been replaced before. Let's disconnect the fans. So we got the acetone and I've tried putting it on a Q-tip and wiping it on and it just evaporates really quickly. So we're going to try and do that and then rub it in. Does acetone remove thermal paste? I have no idea, but we're about to find out. To be fair, it looks like it is doing something. Oh, I've just got some of my fingers. Oh, now they're really dry. Okay. Yeah, you want to try not to get this stuff on your skin or else it will start cracking it, but... oh, look at that. It looks like it's working. Might need a bit more because it's starting to dry up now. You know what, let's try wiping it off. Right, we're getting somewhere. Bit more acetone, let that sit for a min. Oh no, it's gone on the sticker. That sticker's going to come right off now. Well, that's not what we wanted, but... Oh, I've just rubbed the sticker off. It is softening it up, so oh no, I've got it on the other sticker. Oh yeah, look at that. You should probably do this in a well-ventilated area. It's working. Oh yes, look at how clean that is. Well, cleanish. There's still a bit. Oh well. So now let's get some on the GPU itself. Oh, my fingers are turning a bit white, but oh no. Oh, I've got some on the plastic. Now the plastic's discoloured. You know what? Should we just use a Sharpie? You know what? I can fix that. You ready for this? Look at that. Good as new. Like, nothing happened-ish. Alright, so now we're at the oh, no, the ethanol's still open. I was wondering why I can still smell fumes. Put a dot in the centre, like that. Shove that on like that. Put the lid on like that. And then, let's try and get this right around. Alright, it's this way around. Let's make sure to plug in the fan header. Do not forget to plug that in, or else you'll have to take it off again. And now, we can line up. How are we going to do this? And then screw on, I think, and then we should be alright. Oh, alright. Well, I wasn't meant to fully tighten it, but I just did. You want to tighten the crisscross pattern so it spreads it out evenly. Oh, you cannot see what I'm doing at all. Sorry, people. Alright, so now we tighten and wiggle it side to side a bit. And then we get that screw in there, and then we should be good to go. That screw wasn't even holding in the back plate. Why did I remove that screw? Turns out you don't have to remove that screw, I don't think. Oh well. Shove that back in. There we go, that's back in, and now we should be able to shove that back into the machine. As long as we ignore that little imperfection that we may have accidentally made, we should be good to go. That's probably the easiest graphics card I've changed thermal paste on. Alright, so now we can get the PC back up. Ideally, you want to lay the PC down flat, but, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Oh, how are we going to get this in? Alright, if we angle it. There we go. It is a bit of a tight fit, but it goes in. Get that crunch. And now we can screw it back on. And then make sure you plug the power back in. Okay, so I've just connected the monitor, and now we're going to see if it turns on. Alright, fans are spinning at the bottom. That's a good sign. Is it going to post? Make him beep it. Yes, alright, the graphics card is working. And now, hopefully, we should be able to boot. Yes, alright, Windows 10 has come up. So now that we know that this thing is pretty much, well, it's slightly slower than the MacBook, what we're going to do is we're going to shove an SSD in it and see if that affects any of the tests. I mean, I highly doubt it, but you never know. So we're first going to need to transfer all the data off the hard drive onto this so we can keep the Windows key. So let's get Macrium Reflect and then get the 30-day trial. Alright, so I found 2 screws that fit in this SSD that we can also just screw into somewhere here. So the first thing we need to do is turn the computer off, which it's currently in the process of doing. So whilst we're waiting for it to do that, we're just going to see if we can mount this anywhere. I mean, I was thinking, try and see if some of these screws match before you shove it in here. So that one lines up. You know what? We only need 1 screw, so let's just put this front screw in and then just leave the back one. That should be alright. I mean, it is a bit jank, but it was only a 20-quid computer. We also have this lovely red SATA cable, which came off a £5 computer. And where are we going to shove this? We're just going to shove this in the slot underneath here, so we need to route it back down, shove it in this one. There we go. Oh, that was a nice click. Okay, so now we got the SATA cable too. We need to put a bit of power to it. So there is another SATA cable there, but we are cable tied. So let's just snip that off. And now, there we go. Look at that. We can move it. Right, if we put this one in first and the DVD drive one in second. All right, that's in. Hopefully this one reaches the DVD drive. Oh, it's a bit of a stretch. We might have to move the SSD a slot higher. Let's do that so we don't break anything. There we go. Take that out. Shove it in up there. As long as we tighten it securely, we should be fine. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. And now it should reach DVD drive. Yep, alright, that's in. Alright, so now we got the SSD in, we can turn the computer back on and see if it recognizes it. Alright, so the SSD is recognized. It's right there. It's currently got Tiny 11 on there. Well, Tiny 10 actually. So we should probably reformat that. So let's open Macrium Reflect and then transfer everything on the hard drive to the SSD. So this thing is now running on an SSD, the hard drive is not plugged in, and, well, it's booting. We're going to replace this CMOS battery, because I think the one on here is a bit flat. Oh, there we go, it just pops out. We want to be careful that we don't touch anything at top of this with it, or else we could short the graphics cards, and this might have been a bad idea to do now, but you know what, we're committed. I did make sure that the batteries were the same. CR2032 says that on there as well. And we've booted. I mean, let's see how quick Task Manager loads now. Still a bit sluggish, but, you know. Better than the other hard drive. Yeah, see, this is a lot quicker. Yeah, the hard drive couldn't handle this. I mean, the SSD was at 100% then, but... So now, let's shove this hard drive in. I don't know if it's going to recognise it or not. Okay, there is no hard drive listed on there yet. Might have to reboot it. Let's do that. Oh, I've just noticed the peel is still on the power supply. You know what? I'm going to peel that off. Look at that. That's probably been on there for years. Look how shiny that is. Oh, I probably should have pressed the BIOS key. Oh well, let's try that again. Where's the power button? Okay, so now let's boot. What's this? C300 128. I'm guessing that's the hard drive. No, that's the disk drive. Wait, what? Boot priority. All right, yeah. So that's the boot priority. All right, yeah. That's good. That's what we want. Oh, people, I've also brought this, which is a temperature laser thing. So if we point it there, 22 degrees. If we point it at the camera, 28 degrees. If we point it right where the CPU would be, 31 degrees, there we go. I think it works. It's literally the cheapest one on eBay, so. Okay, so we've booted up and it looks like, yes, all right, so we've boosted into the SSD. This is the hard drive here. What we're going to do is we're going to do Windows R. Oh, that's not Windows R. We're gonna go to disk part, and then we're just gonna erase the drive. So list disk, I'm gonna see if I remember how to do this. Select disk 0, clean. There we go, because it's cleaning. And then convert GPT. Nope. What was it? GPT? Convert GPT partition. What? GPT. Oh no. What do we do? Convert, yeah. Convert GPT. Oh, there you go. Alright, exit. And then, what is it? Disk utility. And it is convert dynamic. Is that right? I might have done it wrong. New volume, there you go, this is what we wanted to do. We'll call it F, we'll keep all that. And then it should pop up in here. Oh, well, it's there, but it's that colour. I mean, I don't think it matters, but here we go. All right, so we got the terabyte hard drive in there, plus the SSD. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the Geekbench score. So we're going to run the CPU benchmark again and the GPU one, and see if it's the same or less than the MacBook. Okay, so it's just finished and we've got, well, it's actually done a bit worse than before, to be fair. So we're 3 marks off the MacBook on this one. And yeah, so it's pretty much the same as last time. We're going to try the GPU benchmark one last time and hopefully it beats this score. Okay, so as predicted, it has scored lower than the MacBook, but you know what? For £20, it's still a good computer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this fan to this thing here. And if you want me to write your username on this MacBook Pro, then all you need to do is like, subscribe, and comment 20 quid. Also, by the way, shout out to TechMW. I've sort of stolen this video idea off him. So yeah, back to it. There we go. Now we can close up this side panel and then we can end this video. So thank you people for watching. This has been the £20 computer. It did not beat the MacBook, but to be fair, it's a better price than the MacBook and it's pretty much the same score. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see you next week. Transition.